Hi everyone. In the last video of the series, what we're going to look at, as discussed before, is actually how to go about marking maybe some extended writing questions or generally the longer types of questions you're going to be setting to your students. In terms of the actual marking procedure using the software, nothing changes. Obviously you will be doing a lot more interaction with the software yourself, I would argue. Due to the nature of the questions, they're more open-ended. You're going to have to use your own knowledge and your own discretion more than, let's say, a 1 or 2 marker. So what I've got in front of you here is a couple of pre-made questions that have already been marked. It would take too long for me to go through the full marking process for a video of this nature. So what I've done is I've pre-marked them, but I thought I'd just talk you through kind of the procedure I would go for when marking these types of questions. So here we've got a 6 marker, impact of media. Again, if you click the show full question, you can see what the question says. The marking points are on the side here. Again, with marking guidance, what's quite neat here is that we also have the level descriptors as well as any other guidance that you can see as a teacher. You'll notice here that we've got a lot more marking points here. So in this question there's 25. So there's going to be a lot more work for you to do in terms of making sure that you assign the correct marking points to the parts of the answer. Here we've got a model answer, so we've got 6 out of 6. So you notice here that we've got lots and lots of these points. They're all linked to numbers along the side, and you'll notice down here we've got all of the different marks that they've picked up. Don't forget as well, as we go through this, you can leave comments on each mark. So if you wanted to write something, so for here, for point 3, you could write something like good list of social media examples. So just little comments as you go if you want to. What you can also do as well, and I would encourage you to do this more with the extended writing questions, is use the grey speech bubble as well. Sometimes students will write good sentences or interesting sentences that don't necessarily pick up a mark itself, but it does provide a nice context. So for example, if we look at this conclusion, the final bit is, it says, therefore that leads to an even greater gap in coverage. So the whole idea here is that actually social media has led to more coverage for the major sports, but obviously a less coverage with the minor sports, so it increases that gap. So for me, that's a really good summary point. So you might want to highlight that in the answer, press the grey speech bubble, and what you'll notice here, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can assign to a point. So if you assign it to 24, which is the bit about minority sports, we're not saying that actually this is going to pick up the mark because you've already got the mark, but it's a nice summary. So you can say nice finish to your answer. So just something to, make the student aware that actually that's a really nice way of finishing the question. Same with the 9 marker, as you see here with the second one. Lots and lots of marking points being assigned here. Again, we've got in this one a hell of a lot of marking points, 42. So, we've spent a long time with these marking points, making sure that we try and cover everything so that nothing hopefully slips through the net. As we said before, though, sometimes there will be new things that you can highlight yourself as the teacher. But you'll notice here again, you've got lots of these different marking points. All of this is correct. Now, obviously, we wouldn't expect to see this kind of screen when it comes to most of our students. We would expect there to be some issues. Obviously, if all your students get 9 out of 9, fantastic. But we know probably that's not likely. So you're obviously encouraged to use the grey speech bubble as much as you can. And also, if you think something is factually wrong, you can use the red X as well and highlight that. So yeah, with a question like this, it's very important to try and make the most of this software. We feel like for the 9 6 markers, obviously A-level 15, 20 markers, it's not just a good time-saving process for you as the teacher, but it's also a really good learning tool for the students. Don't forget as well with this, because it's leveled, you have to manually put the mark in yourself. So the software, even if you assign 15 ticks, it won't give you 9 out of 9. You have to do that yourself. And again, that comes down to you reading the marking guidance, having a look at the level descriptors, and basically using your own professional judgment for that. I hope you found this series of videos useful. If there are any more questions you have, or if there are any things you want to know more about, always feel free to get in contact with us, drop us an email, give us a tweet, or book a 30-minute meeting with us, and we're happy to take you through ExamSimulator in more detail. But yeah, just get out there, use it as much as you can with your students, try and set them, weekly exam questions to be practicing, and you'll hopefully find that they use this and find it very useful to see how their questions are matching up, how their answers are matching up with the marking points. Okay, thanks, bye.